Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome, dear students. This is Ms. Layla Al-Jihani. Last class we started our first unit in this semester. Inshallah, today we will start lesson 3 from that unit. We will cover the grammar. Okay, before we start, let's recall what we covered in our previous lesson. In our previous lesson, we saw many pictures and we discussed the things happening around the city, and we compared these actions to the things happening in our city, okay? And we had some questions, we answered these questions. Also, we practiced asking and answering questions related to the photos as we see here in front of us. Inshallah, today, by the end of our lesson, for our lesson here today, grammar, you will be able to use relative pronouns, which are who, that, and which. We call them relative pronouns in meaningful statements. Also, we will be able to form sentences using past progressive with when and while. So we will form statements in the past progressive tense with when and while, okay? Before we start our lesson, I gave you a homework, page 101 in your workbook. I'm sure you did the homework. Let's do it together. I already explained the meaning of these words, these vocabulary in our previous lesson. So today we will just answer the questions. I visited my brother in New York City 2 weeks ago. We were walking downtown on a rainy day when I took this photo. Even in the rain, some people prefer to take what? To take what? Because it's more environmentally friendly. So they take excellent. So the first answer is pedal cab. We write here pedal cab, okay? Because it's more environmentally friendly and less expensive than a. So we are comparing between the pedal cab and excellent. So number 2 will be the taxi. Than a taxi, I was shopping at Manhattan Mall when I saw a man, a shirt. So a man, I saw a man, what? Steal, give directions in a hurry. So yes, we say a man steal. So number 3 is steal a shirt. I wasn't the only one who saw him do this. The security guard in the store saw him too. Fortunately for the store, the man who tried to take the shirt without paying isn't a good what? So the man who tries to steal, what do we call this person? Excellent, thief. So number 4 is thief, okay? So for number 1, we write pedal cab, taxi, number 2. Number 3, we write steal for thief. What about number 5 and 6 and 7? My brother, so we finished pedal cab, we finished the taxi, we finished thief and steal. So we have these 4 more words, okay? But my brother has changed since he moved there. He talks faster, he walks faster, he is always what? When someone talks fast and walk fast, we say he is a person excellent, in a hurry. So number 5 will be in a hurry. We write it down here. When I was visiting him, stopped us and said he was lost. So a person asked for direction and told the person in front of him he is lost. We call this person who's not familiar is, yes, a tourist. So tourist, we write it in number 6. My brother looked at his watch and then looked at the man. Then he said, I don't have time to what? He's in a hurry, so he doesn't have time to. Excellent. Number 7, give directions to you. Sorry. And for the last one, we have the only word left, which is fake. So number 8 is fake. We write it down here. And for part B, he wants us to use the same words here. Use some of it to put it in the box, okay? Someone who is late for school is going to be what? If you are late, you're going to be excellent, in a hurry. So number 1 is in a hurry. I'm sure you did this. Let's see the answers together. So for the first one is in a hurry. Number 2, we wrote fake. 3, thief. And the last one, 4, tourist. So this is the part related to our homework, okay? Now moving on to our lesson, our grammar lesson. Before we start, if I tell you, give me a sentence. Give me a sentence. Can you form a sentence for me? I am Muna. This is a sentence. We have the subject and we have the verb to be, which is am. So, and it has a meaning. The sentence usually has a meaning. Sometimes we have sentences contain 2 parts. We call the first part dependent clause and the other one independent clause. What is the difference? Yani, for example, if I tell you, when I was 17 years old and I stopped talking, you will wait for me to say more, صح? So you need something else so it can be a full sentence. We call this part, the incomplete part, we call it a dependent clause. The clause usually we have in it a subject and we have a verb. But sometimes it's not a sentence, like while I was walking to school. طيب, what happened to you, ya miss, when you were walking to school? You're waiting for more, صح? So the part where we need more, we call it a dependent. Independent, like I am Amal, I ate apple. This is a full sentence. It can stand on its own as a sentence, okay? So before we start our lesson, I want you to differentiate between dependent clause and independent clause. The dependent, it needs something else. It's not complete. We cannot write it or say it on its own. We need something else. The independent, it doesn't need anything. It's a statement on its own, okay? So, dependent and independent clauses, like here, I ate a banana. This is independent. It doesn't need anything because it was delicious. So when you say because it is delicious, what is delicious? What are you talking about? You need something more, صح? So we call this part a dependent clause, okay? The independent, sometimes we call it a main clause. The main clause, we call it sometimes. Okay, so if we can open our books, page 24, we will read the first part related to our grammar. Relative pronouns who, that, and which. The relative clauses, why do we use it? We use it to give more information, to add more information. This is something, why do we use the relative clauses? About a noun and the main clause. Like, for example, my sister, who is the eldest? So, who is the eldest? This is a relative clause. Okay, I added more information about my sister. I'm giving you more information about her. Okay, so we use it to add more information. Look at this example here. He wants the wooden table which my grandmother gave me. So here I added more information related to what? To what? Here we have a verb, a subject, and here we have the verb, and here we have the object, صح? of the sentence. So when I say which he wants the wooden table which my grandmother gave me. So I'm giving more information to the table. I'm telling you which table. I'm not just saying wooden table. طب which wooden table you're talking about? Which my grandmother gave me. I'm being very specific. I gave you more information so you would know. Okay? Let's continue reading in our book, page 24. Use the relative pronouns who, that, for people. We use it when we are talking about people. طيب, when we are talking about objects, like the one previous sentence, we use that or which. So that can work for both people and things. It can work for both, okay? Let's read the first statement related to people, okay? The man was talking to the tourist, and we have another statement, he was friendly. We combined two phrases together using who or that. طيب, the man who was talking to the tourist was friendly, or the man that was talking to the tourist was friendly. So I just added more information using who and that, and it changed. We call it a relative clause, okay? And the other part here, related to things and animals, the horse pulled the carriage, it was black. So it was black, we're talking about what? The animal, excellent. We're talking about the horse, and we're describing the horse. So we say the horse which pulled the carriage was black, or that pulled the carriage was black. So we're giving more information about the horse, okay? This is how we form relative clauses. Let's see the first exercise here on your book, page 24. Complete the definitions by matching the two parts. So we have to match from 1 to 8 with A to H. Okay, so we have to match. Based on what? So we have here some words. I put it in bold so you can focus on it. An athletic. So when I say an athletic person, he is a person who is what? Make you laugh? Does an athletic person make you laugh? No. Is he intelligent? Dressed well? Speaks a lot? Which one is it? Excellent. He enjoys sport. So you write H here. You defined athletic, and you said he is someone who enjoys sport. You give it more information. Can you pause the video and think about the other ones and try to match it? And then let's do it together now. Number 2, a talkative person. A talkative person, he is a person who, excellent, speaks a lot. So we write D, okay? Number 3, efficient. When we say someone is efficient, that's mean, is he dressed well? Does he make you laugh? No. He does things well and quickly. So we write F here. A rude person, what do we mean about a rude person? Is he a polite person? No, he isn't. So we write G here, okay? Number 5, a clever person. When someone is clever, he is intelligent, he is smart, excellent. So this is the answer. We write B here. A fashionable person, he is someone who cares about how he looks. He take care about how he looks. So which one is it? He, excellent, dressed well. So we write C here. A funny person, excellent, A, makes you laugh, A. And the last one, 8, friendly person, he likes to be with others, E, okay? Write down the letters here in front of you. This is the part related to exercise A. We have another exercise on the other page, page 25, we have here, he wants you to complete the sentences with who and that. Do you remember who and that? That, we can use it with people and things. Who, we use it only with people. Okay, so you have to differentiate and read the statements, okay? The neighbor, when we say the neighbor, is it a thing or a person? A person, so we write who, okay? Lives downstairs, is very quiet, excellent. Number 2, the flowers. So when we're talking about flowers, are they people? No, so we say that, excellent, we say that. Okay, number 3, I would like to introduce you to the person. Person is, from person, he is a singular of people. So this is a singular of people, we say who. Okay, who organized the conference. Number 4, that isn't the camera. So we're talking about camera. Camera, is it a person or a thing? It's a thing, so we write that. Excellent. That is on sale. Number 5, the actor. The actor. Actor, is it a person or a thing? It's a person. Excellent, so we write who. Okay, we write who here. Number 6, isn't that the book? Book, is it a person? No, it's a thing, so automatically we write good, that. Excellent, we write that. Number 7, the clothes designer. So the designer here, is it a thing or a person? He is a person, we write who. And the last one here, Mom, may I eat the mango? So we're talking about mango. Is it a person? No, it's a fruit, it's a thing, so we write that. Okay? You can write down the answers here. Hopefully it makes everything clear. You can pause the video and write it down. And then let's move on to the last exercise related to the relative clauses. Our grammar is divided in 2 parts. This is the last exercise for the relative clauses, okay? Now here, he wants you to complete the sentences with your ideas, okay? So you have to form sentences using the relative clauses, who, or that, or which, okay? You can use any. I like cars that are what? Tell me, which cars do you like? Write down your idea. I like people who are, which type of people do you like? Write it down. I like books that have, which type of books do you like? Write it down. I like clothes which are. 5, I like weather that is. 6, I like games that are. 7, I like sports that offer. 8, I like foods that are. 9, I like friends who, and you complete it. I like teachers who, and you complete the statements. I will do number 1 with you. I like cars that are, you can say big, okay? Comfortable, convenient, okay? Write down your ideas. Pause the video, try to write it down. Compare your answers with your friends, and now let's see the answers together. Okay, I like cars that are small and energy efficient. Okay, so that saves energy. Number 2, I like people who are friendly and open. Number 3, I like books that have happy endings. Okay, this is the type of books. Number 4, I like clothes which are on sale. Okay. 5, I like weather that is warm and sunny. Okay. 6, I like games that are challenging and fun. Number 7, I like stores that offer sales and inexpensive clothes. This is the type of stores I prefer. What about you? I like foods that are healthy. Number 9, I like friends who are helpful and dependable. Okay? 10, I like teachers who explain things clearly. Okay, this is related to exercise E on page 25. Now moving on to the next part of our grammar. Do you remember when I asked you this question in our previous lesson? A previous lesson I asked you this question. What was happening while you were getting ready for school this morning? صح? And you answered and you gave me examples. My mother was making breakfast while I was brushing my teeth. Another example, I was eating breakfast when I heard the news about the team's win on TV. So usually in our daily life, in our routine, when we're thinking about our lives, we don't have only one actions happening at a time, صح? Sometimes we have more than one actions. More than one action happens in the same time, صح? So when we have more than one action, what do we use? We use the past progressive. We use the past progressive, okay? So the past progressive, we use it with when and while, okay? Let's see the examples. We use the past progressive in two situations. Number 1, to talk about events that were happening when another event happened. We have two actions. One is a long action and one is a short action. Like for example, when I was walking to school, I fell. Okay? So we have a long action, which is walking to school, and the short action, the fact that I fell down. Okay? So we have one action and another. Okay? This is the first way we use the past progressive. The example here, I was looking in the store window when the thief grabbed my bag. So for the long action, we use was looking. And for the short action, we use the past simple. This is the first way we use it, okay? Usually, we use, when we have a long and a short, we use when, okay? With it. طيب, the second reason we use the past progressive, when do we use it? The second thing is to talk about actions that were happening at the same time. Things, two actions, long actions happening in the same time. Okay, for example, I was driving while, we use while, he was talking on his cell phone. So two long actions. Okay, two actions happening in the same time. How do we form the past progressive? We have I, he, she, it. We use was and then verb ing. I was playing, I was reading. And we, they, and you, we use were with it. You were playing. Okay? This is how we form this, the past progressive. طيب, look at this example and let's draw the timeline. Here we have the past. And here we have okay, so here we have the past, and here we have now, and here future. This is the future. طيب, here we have I was looking in the store window when the thief grabbed my bag. So we have a long action and a short action. صح? Both happening in the future, now or in the past? Yes, in the past. So we start with I was looking. It's a long action. صح? It's a long action. And then when the thief grabbed my bag. So we suddenly, another action happened, a short action which interrupted the long action. Okay? So this is how we draw the timeline for the past progressive. Let's do the first exercise related to the past progressive. Complete the sentences. We were waiting for the bus when. What happened? Remember, when we use with it short action. So we were waiting for the bus. So we're waiting for the bus when what happened? Tell me, try to complete it. I was crossing the street when. Complete the statement. They were sitting in the cafe when. Adnan was buying ice cream when. You were sleeping when. So pause the video, think about it, and then let's see the answers together. We were waiting for the bus when my dad came to buy his car and offered us a ride. So here we have a short action, came. I was crossing the street when a car almost hit me. Also a short action. They were sitting in a cafe when I first saw them. We use the past simple here when we're talking about long or short actions. Adnan was buying ice cream when he realized he didn't have his wallet. Number 5, you were sleeping when it started to rain. This is exercise B. You can find it on page 24. Now let's look at this exercise. Let's do it really quickly. Work with the partner, make sentences to describe the actions in the pictures. You have pictures and you have actions, okay? You have to describe it. Tell me, what can you see in the pictures? Here they give us an example for the first exercise. It was raining while Yahya was washing the car. So we have two long actions. We used while when we have two long actions. Let's look at the first one. We have Faisal. What is he doing? Can you look at the pictures and try to tell me what is he doing? He was studying when he was what? He was watching or listening. Excellent. To the game. Okay. Let's write it down in example in a statement. Was or were, and complete it. Faisal was listening to the football game while he was studying. So we have from 2 until 6, I believe, or 8. It will be your homework, okay? It will be your homework. You have to do it. Page 102 and 103, it will be your homework, okay? Let's recall what we covered in our lesson. We talked about relative clauses, and we learned how do we use the relative clauses, and we differentiate between dependent and independent clauses. Also, we learned how to use past progressive and when do we use the past progressive. Hopefully, when you do your homework, it will be very helpful for all of you. Thank you for listening, and inshallah, I will see you next class.